What's up guys, Dan here, back with another video here again on my Fiat Spider Abarth. Today I'm going to do a quick little video and I'm just going to give some comparison acceleration clips of this car stock versus how I have it set up with two components. One is a RaceChip GTS piggyback box. It's a tuner box that you can plug in. It's the GTS 5. Supposedly it gets at about 27 horsepower and about 44 foot-pounds of torque over stock. And then I also have a Madness GOPedal Plus, which is a throttle configuration tool that can get you quicker throttle response or less throttle response if you want to be driving in traffic or more fuel efficient or what have you. But the clips I'm gonna do, there's gonna be like two sets of clips. One set of them will be full on, everything turned on to the max, and then the other set of the clips will be everything turned off. So stock versus the maximum that this throttle controller and this tuner can give you. I will do further videos with more in-depth reviews in this product, but this video is just for some physical clips of the difference in the way it accelerates. I'll probably do a fourth gear pull from 30-40 miles an hour to 80 or something like that in one gear. I'll do that both ways, something similar to that, and then I will do like a 20 mile an hour to 80 mile an hour run both ways, actually shifting through the gears, so you can see how the throttle response and the boost responds to having these on and off. So we're gonna go find some open road out here, and we're gonna go get these clips. So we'll be back shortly. Okay, so real quick before I bring this to a close, I wanted to throw this data up on screen so everybody could look at it all in one place. And I just wanted to mention a few things. I just got done editing this video and I'm about to bring it to a close. And so after looking at all this data, the main takeaway is the numbers in the data here mirrors almost perfectly what I feel in the real world. So the difference between this car stock and tuned, driving in the car, they feel like two completely different cars. But it's hard to put a number on that feeling. If you're familiar with cars, you understand what I'm talking about, but just because a car feels faster, it's hard to say like how much faster it is. And that's why I wanted to do these tests, because you can clearly see on the screen it is significantly faster. No, this is not the most scientific way of doing things. This is all approximate, but I tried my very best to keep it as accurate as possible and as fair as possible. And you can see the numbers right here on the screen. And in all four of these tests, the car was significantly quicker, at a minimum 1.2 seconds and all the way up to almost 3 seconds quicker. Now, 1 to 3 seconds may not seem like a lot of time in the grand scheme of things, but when you're talking about acceleration of a car, it's huge. And it is the difference of feeling like you're driving a mediocrely, not very fast car to an actually quick car. And that is the exact same feeling I get in the real world when I drive the car, when I go back and forth between stock and tuned. I'd say the thing that I was most surprised about is the difference in 0 to 80 miles per hour from 1243 to 951. That is 2.9 seconds quicker. That is pretty ridiculous. I actually wasn't expecting it to be that drastic, but here are the numbers. I didn't fudge them. I made them as precise as possible, and you can look at it right on screen. You can also go back and watch the video and time it yourself if you want to. This is what happened, and 3 seconds is a pretty big deal. So overall, do I recommend these? Absolutely. I would, if you have the budget, if you have about $800, I would recommend getting both of these because combined they make a really good package. If you can only buy one, I would probably go with the throttle controller because that's what you're going to feel the most of in stop and go day-to-day traffic. You're probably going to get more out of it. Plus, it's significantly cheaper. If you just want overall more power, then of course the tuner box is the way to go. But in the end, both is the way to go, and you're going to get the most out of everything here. And you can look at these numbers and see the differences right here. Now, I will say, and this is the last thing, and I'll close this out because this is getting pretty long. When you're looking at my 0 to 60 and 0 to 80 miles per hour times, don't necessarily pay attention to the time itself. What is most crucial and most important here is how much quicker it is. When I did these tests, I launched the car very easy to try to ensure that I didn't have any kind of traction problems or any of the things that typically cause irregularities when you're launching a car hard. I tried to minimize that stuff. So generally, whether stocked or tuned here for the 0 to 60 and the 0 to 80 miles per hour, my times are going to be slower than what you could really achieve, and that's both stock and tuned. But that's not what's important here. What's important here is how much quicker it is. Realistically, in perfect scenario with good tires, good traction, launching the car hard, easily this is a 5.6, 5.7 second car, which is pretty daggone quick for what we're having to work with, which is a 1.4 liter tiny little four-cylinder. So I think the results are great. I'm stoked about them. And again, it mirrors exactly what I see in the real world. And yes, this is great. So let me know what you guys think. If this video was helpful, please click the like and subscribe button. That's going to be it for this one, guys. And I will talk to you in the next video. We'll see you later.